the pull-up. And the rebound falls to Marcus Bagley. Here come the Sun Devils.
Keep your eyes on Cal, Roxy. They've been double-teaming anytime Remy Martin comes off, and you can see why, because that's what can happen. He can blow by you. He can one-on-one. He's a tough cover, but in the middle of the floor, hard to double. Very hard, but here he comes. Middle of the floor, good location, second touch, no help defense. Really hard to help middle of the floor. Here's another look. Players have got to be off their man, and it's important for Cal to really try to cut off the head in terms of their point guard, Remy Martin, because he gets a head of steam. He's just impossible to contain one-on-one.
Foul is on Mikhail Foreman, who checks out. Joel Brown in the game for Cal, the sophomore guard, as Remy Martin for the and one. And it's 5-3 Arizona State. Remy Martin trying to harass Brown in the backcourt.
Well, Arizona State will prefer up-tempo, so you're going to see them pressure as much as they can throughout the game.
Here's Bradley. And a long rebound to Ryan Bentley, and the Golden Bears get a fresh 20. Here's Joel Brown moving in. Shot clock at 10. Bradley weaving into the lane, and a foul on the drive committed by Remy Martin. And the first whistle against Arizona State. Well, actually, it's on Tayshaun Cherry.
Again, interesting to see now how Arizona State matches up with Matt Bradley. They're going to have a man and a half on him, but they don't want him to catch and get any open looks. But that's easier said than done because he's got great range and he can beat you off the dribble. He's a very strong player.
You allude to the styles, Ben, that Arizona State wants to get up and down for its tempo. How does Cal want to play?
Well, they'd rather be in the half court. There's no question. They don't want to be up and down getting the track meet because that's gonna pay off for Arizona State. But at the same time, Cal's got some quick players, so they're going to take some opportunistic fast breaks, but they don't want to get in the track meet, and they have to rebound the basketball so they can get out themselves. But Arizona State really would rather get up and down the floor and see if they can make this a wide-open game.
Last 3 years, Arizona State the highest-scoring team in the Pac-12, averaging over 78 points per game over the last 3 seasons. And they've won their last 3 visits to Haas Pavilion. And an offensive foul, Josh Christopher called for the charge.
Well, you know, Roxy, you're right. That's a great observation. By the same token, you've got Cal that's been, I think, a very steady defensive team under Mark Fox. That's what they've done well. So it's important for them to establish their defense. And Bobby Hurley said this much yesterday to us. He's concerned about Cal, who's been a formidable defensive opponent.
Holland Woods comes in for Arizona State, the grad transfer from Portland State. Cal's defense so far holding opponents to just over 60 points per game and under 39% from the field as Matt Bradley fouled on the reverse lay-in, and he will go to the free throw line, and California will get a couple of free throws on the other side of a timeout. 5-3, Arizona State leading Cal. Pac-12 play starts tonight. Look at the Christopher family. There is a young Joshua Christopher at the Ben Braun Cal basketball camp.
Well, how about that? You know, we always had an eye for talent, but that's a great-looking young family, and brings back great memories, Roxy, to have Patrick there with his younger brother. But, you know, really, Patrick, very influential in Josh's career.
And so Caleb and Josh Christopher are not the only brother tandem on Arizona State, in fact. Cade and Austin Ronzoni, freshmen from the Bay Area. They went to Bishop O'Dowd. And you look around the league, USC's, of course, standout freshman, and then his older brother. And you look at the De Silva brothers, the Reichel brothers. So what do we have? 7 brother combinations in this conference this season?
Very unique, Roxy. You don't see that very often, but it makes for interesting rivalries and also some camaraderie.
I think at this point, Mark Fox would be hoping that Matt Bradley would have a twin that he could have.
I could see that, second that anytime. But it really is great to see Matt Bradley coming out. I like the way they posted him up on that last possession. Not only did he draw the foul, but he gets the free throw line. That's a way for him to score this year when they need a basket.
5-4 Arizona State. A couple of fouls already for Jalen Graham. As Chris Austin in the game, the junior, as Arizona State attacks in a 7-4 lead thanks to Remy Martin.
Well, how quick is he, Roxy? He gets by one defender only to be met by a second and just sheds him as well. You really got to pay attention to this young man. He's lightning quick.
He's got 5 of the 7 for the Sun Devils. Joel Brown has a good look. And we're tied.
Well, Mark Fox talked about his improved shooting. That's really is a welcome sight to see him knock down that 3.
Nice pass from Josh Christopher, but Tayshaun Cherry can't get the reverse. And Cal comes away with it.
That was a good cut by Cherry. He just hurried himself a little bit.
He had more time than he thought.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice up and under, but a travel from Joel Brown. Turnovers for Cal have been a problem already for the first 3 games. They've given it away almost 16 times a game.
Well, and that was a problem a year ago, too. Not so much the turnovers as much as just not getting assists. I think Mark Fox and his staff improved that as the year went on, but assists is going to be huge. And Bobby Hurley as well. Their team only averaged about 11 assists last year. They need to get more assists and share that basketball. There's enough to go around. So a big stat for coaches always is the ball moving, and are you scoring your baskets off of assists?
Kamani Lawrence in for Arizona State, while Lars Tiemann, the sophomore from Germany, the 7-footer on the floor for Mark Fox. Colin Woods, and it's deflected out by Grant Antisevich. 9 on the shot clock for ASU.
Well, Cal's doing a good job, Roxy, of disrupting Arizona State. Arizona State's been patient, but a lot of that has to do with Cal's defense. They've been very solid. They haven't given up anything easy other than Remy Martin finding his way to the rim.
5 to shoot. Remy attacks. Good look for Kamani Lawrence. And the rebound, Bradley for Cal. Matt Bradley. Miscommunication there with Lars Tiemann.
Well, and you see Mark Fox telling Matt Bradley that's okay. I think they like the fact he's trying to get his teammates involved. That's probably a tough pass to get it back to Lars, so far away from the basket. I think he'd rather see the big fella roll down into a block area and get a young or small player on his back and post him.
3rd Cal turnover. Here's Josh Christopher from way out there. And the long rebound, Mikhail Foreman. Tied at 7, just over 6 minutes in. Arizona State without Alonzo Verge tonight. An over and back call and another turnover, the 4th committed by Cal. As Kwani coming in for Grant Antisevich. First appearance for the 6'9" sophomore from Australia.
That's good defense by Kamani Lawrence. When you play against Grant Antisevich, you're going to have to use some quickness because he's a very skilled player. But Kamani Lawrence, somebody that Bobby Hurley can insert in the lineup and put pressure on people. He's long, he's lanky. He's definitely somebody that can help their squad.
Jalen House checks in for Arizona State. As Kamani Lawrence with the Sun Devils' 4th turnover.
Well, both teams trying to be maybe a little bit too unselfish this early, Roxy. They're looking for open players, but they're not making the easy pass. Maybe one more pass. They could be a little more patient.
Conference opener, did you get a sense that was just a little bit different, even though we're still in early December, but that it's just a different feel in a conference game?
Well, I think so, and these teams know each other. There's no secrets. I don't care if this is the first time they played, whether it's December or January. You better believe these players know who they are, and whether they played against them last year or not. A lot of these players played against each other in the summers coming up as high school players, AAU players. So there's no secret. You're going to have to play against a team that's very well prepared to defend you and to try to attack you.
First on Chris Austin. Pat Bradley getting a breather as Ryan Bentley comes back. Kwani fumbles it away. Jalen House pushes. And the three goes over the top of the backboard out of bounds from Marcus Bagley. Some unselfish, fancy passing that time from Arizona State.
Roxy, both teams making the extra pass. They're moving the basketball, but early in the season, they're not knocking down shots at the pace they will as this year goes on. And we'll talk about it later, but just not a lot of practices under the belt, especially for the Cal Bears.
Here's Bentley. And the rebound, Chris Austin for the Sun Devils. Still knotted up at 7. Got over 2.5 minutes, and neither team has put some points on the board. Arizona State has missed their last 4. Kamani Lawrence is fouled attacking the glass.
Like the aggression, Roxy. That's a pretty good look.
First on Lars Tiemann.
Let's watch it again. You see the penetration and the drop-off, and a little bit of a gamble by Kwani, and Kamani Lawrence makes him pay.
Lawrence missed the first 2 games of the year. Had knee surgery, and he barely hits the front edge of the rim. And then made his season debut this past Sunday in a blowout win for ASU against Houston Baptist, as the Sun Devils put up 100 points. In fact, they had 65 at halftime against Houston Baptist, as Lawrence misses both.
Well, he's a 70% career shooter, so that's unusual. But again, Roxy, this is early season, and you may be right. A little bit of early season jitters and just a little tightness on both teams.
Sun Devils had a 31-3 run against Houston Baptist at one point to put that game away. In a 65-point first half by Arizona State, the third most points scored in the first half of a game by a Pac-12 team since 1996-97. Ryan Bentley has a poked out of bounds, 2 on the shot clock for Cal.
Well, you can talk about the competition and what level they're playing. What I'm impressed with is a team puts that kind of surge together. They're explosive, and make no mistakes, Arizona State is a very explosive team.
Ryan Bentley off the inbound, and a 3 puts Cal in front.
You see what this young man can do for the Bears. He was a prolific three-point shooter at Penn in the Ivy League. He had some huge games for them, so great addition for the Cal Bears.
Right now it's at 2. They're going to check it at the timeout. An errant pass from Holland Woods. Arizona State out of sync right now.
Well, how about Ryan Bentley, Rod? He finds a way from the corner. He steps back, knocks down the 3, and has a little something to say on the way back.
Pac-12 men's basketball is presented by Nextiva, the official communications partner of the Pac-12. Visit nextiva.com to learn more. Look at the Bay Bridge. We're on the east side of the Bay Bridge tonight. In Berkeley, in a 9-7 lead for Cal over number 25, Arizona State. They did review that shot by Ryan Bentley, was ruled a 2 that just beat the shot clock. So Cal with the lead. Arizona State struggling with 5 turnovers already. They've committed 5 fouls and are just 3 of 9 from the field. As the rebound tipped free and controlled by Chris Austin for ASU. Josh Christopher in transition. Nice drive to the bucket.
Well, how about that for a look? 3 guys defending, not one guy stopped Christopher. He just went through him like a football player and eased it off the glass.
They're used to Christopher taking it right to the hole through the defense in this building, right?
Well, Patrick had quite a few as his career unfolded, but you know, that's something that just being aggressive, you know, and Josh Christopher's an aggressive player. I had a chance to talk to his dad actually earlier this morning, and he just talked about Josh always having been an aggressive player. It didn't matter what sport he played. He was a player that liked to play aggressively, and you know, I think it's aggressive players are rewarded.
How's Laren doing?
He's doing great. You know, he's proud of his young his sons and family. And speaking of proud,
Ryan Bentley at 3.
Ryan Bentley, another 3. He's feeling it, Rox. I really like his addition to this team. I really do.
He's hit 2 or more threes in each of the first 3 games for Cal. As a strong take by Remy. Jalen House knocks in a 3, and unfortunately you're used to seeing that in this building.
Yeah, I knew it was a matter of time until you brought that up, but there's no question that the House family knows how to score in this building, Roxy Bernstein.
Tied at 12. Inside again, Andre Kelly backing in. Lost it going up. 5 to shoot for Matt Bradley. Tough step back. And the rebound falls to Remy Martin. Marcus Bagley from deep, and Arizona State reclaims the lead.
Well, they had not hit a 3 until the last 2 possessions. I was just about to comment on that, but that changes in a hurry with this Arizona State team.
They can light it up quickly. A lot of firepower for Bobby Hurley, even without Alonzo Verge tonight. Bradley attacks, gets to the bucket.
And Roxy, that's what he does. He really poses a threat at all times because he can put his head down and get to the rim. He's so strong. I don't know that there's a stronger player in our conference this year. He really does a great job of lowering his shoulder and getting all the way to the rim.
Marcus Bagley, and the rebound, Matt Bradley for Cal. Andre Kelly in the lane. And Jalen Graham having to play it soft with 2 fouls, and Kelly took advantage.
Now, that's a good call. That's not a mistake that they're going inside Andre Kelly. I always feel like early in the year, sometimes going inside is a good strategy when both teams are tight and maybe shooting's not at a high premium.
That's big time right there. What a move by Josh Christopher.
That's called getting your own, being guarded, and just feeling it. That's not a play. That's not, you know, part of an offense. That's just a player getting the freedom from his coach, Bobby Hurley, to make that play when he has opportunities.
Bradley underneath. Challenged by Graham, but then has to back off, and Matt Bradley takes advantage.
Well, you're right, Roxy challenges the shot, and he can't go back and secure. He can't challenge the second because he's about to pick up a third. So Matt Bradley knows what he's doing. He's a smart player. He's going inside. He's trying to get on the board inside.
Stripped, and Cal comes away with it. Ahead to Ryan Bentley, and he traveled. Ryan Bentley walked before he got to the bucket. And an easy lay-in in transition is wiped out.
I thought they were going to call a foul on the screen set for Bentley in transition. You can see it here. Here's the break, look ahead. And there's that little kind of a brush. But, you know, it really was a good-looking break to me. That's really an opportunity for Cal in transition to give Arizona State some of their own medicine.
Tough step back. Marcus Bagley was looking for a call. Joel Brown headbands to Bentley. Cal 18, Arizona State 17. Inside 7:45 to go first half. Last night, you saw Washington State come back and win at home in the first conference game. This is the conference opener for both Cal and Arizona State. The roll and one, Grant Anticevich.
Well, Grant Anticevich gives the Cal Bears what they desperately
Take a look at your keys for the Cal Bears for this season.
You start with confidence. Mark Fox talks about all the time. He wants his players to play with confidence, and that's important. He really thinks that's going to be a huge key. And taking the next step, what does that mean? Learning how to win close games and prioritize, his defensive toughness. They really want their identity to be toughness on the defensive end. And he mentioned specifically, Roxy, he wants to see that winning tradition. There's been a lot of success, certainly in this building, at home. You've had a couple of undefeated seasons, both back at Harmon and now in Haas. He wants some of those teams that, have gone to the tournament, that played in NCAA tournaments. He wants that type of measuring stick for his program. And I think that's a great measuring stick.
Foul was on Jalen House. So at the line for Cal for the and one. And it falls short.
One of my
Grant Anticevich, by the way, he's changed the pronunciation now.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
In his senior season, all of a sudden, for 3 years, we've been saying it wrong. It was Anticevich.
I'll adapt. I'm an English major, teacher.
Anticevich now is what he wants to be known by. And a travel. And Arizona State, another turnover. That is their 7th turnover. And so a little out of whack, the Sun Devils tonight. During the last time out, you saw Bobby Hurley pulling the guys aside, Ben. What do you think he was relaying to his group over there?
I guarantee he was talking about what just happened. He said, guys, let's not play giveaway. Let's not turn it over. We're too good of ball handlers to be turning the basketball over. And sure enough, they come out of the timeout, turn it over. Also, let's not make it a one-pass shot. He really has been on his team about that. He said he wants to give his players freedom, but he does not like coming down, not testing the defense, not making Cal have to get through screens, defend, and the one-pass shot. That's not Bobby Hurley's, he said, their forte. So I really agree with that. They don't want to play quick basketball. They want to get good opportunity shot selection.
The tempo on the offense picking up just a little bit. The first 8 minutes of the game, we had a combined 16 points. As Christopher rattles that in. And then the next 4.5 minutes, we had 21 combined points. And now Christopher pulls Arizona State within one.
Well, that was good patience by Josh. He, jab step. And he got his defender just to back up, loosen up a little bit, and he knocks down the three. So good patience by the freshman.
Shot clock down to 5. Joel Brown spinning. And the rebound falls to Holland Woods. Here comes ASU. Chance to take the lead. And a reach in on Joel Brown of Cal. First against the sophomore guard.
Well, you can see Arizona State getting out in transition, and Mark Fox is concerned because they've got a lot of guys that can get down the floor, spot up for three. They got a couple of rim runners, but forget about everything else. They've got Remy Martin with the ball in his hands, and Bobby Hurley didn't want him to throw as many throw-aheads. You know, he said he threw too many throw-aheads in the first couple of games, meaning he got the ball up the court when their players really couldn't do anything. He wants the ball in his hand a little longer.
Called that foul actually on Kwani and not Brown, as Brown deflects the ball out. Stays with Arizona State.
Like the quick hands from Cal. Joe Brown is really deceptive. He's quick. He gets in the passing lane. He's going to be a fine defender for the Cal Bears this season, as he was last season.
So Arizona State has already been to Connecticut for a couple of games, went home, then came here. And they'll have a week off before they play San Diego State as Holland Woods nails a three. And he was a prolific scorer at Portland State and trying to find his role with this Arizona State club.
Don't go to sleep on him. We had his game when they played, Portland State played here, and he can play. And, you know, he hasn't come into his own yet, but he's capable.
Matt Bradley and one. The floater for Bradley.
How clever is Matt Bradley? He gets you up in the air. You can see it here. He posts up. He shot fakes. Gets Christopher in the air, and now he's got to make another help defender come over and play. Matt Bradley, very crafty player.
Second on Tayshaun Cherry. And Bradley trying to give Cal the lead again. He's 1 for 2 from the line tonight. The foul's mounting for Bobby Hurley's Sun Devils. 2 apiece for Cherry, Jalen Graham, and Chris Austin. And always emotional, you can see Tayshaun Cherry. Frustration. Marcus Bagley missing a three.
Well, I coached the young man, Roxy, as you know, with the Oakland Soldiers, and it's what makes him a great player is that emotion, but sometimes can get the best of him. But I think he's matured over the years.
Bradley had a clean look off the top of the backboard, out of bounds to ASU. And unfortunately, we've seen those emotions from Tayshaun Cherry spill over at times when he's picked up some technical fouls because of it. In fact, he's picked up one already this year.
No, it's tough and something he's got to come to grips with, but I know he's aware of it, but he does have that. He's got probably the highest motor on his team, if you can believe it. So they don't want to dial him back all the way.
Josh Christopher on the drive. We'll get to the line.
It's funny, you're talking to Larry Christopher, Josh's and Patrick's dad. He said the same thing about Josh. He said, look, it's important. My son is an aggressive player, and coming up, he said, you know, there was times that they used to tell him he was too aggressive on the soccer field. He was an All-American and an honor student, but he said, I don't want him to put the fire out. That was what made him good. So there's a fine line as whether you're a parent or whether you're a coach, Roxy, that you don't want to take away really what can make a player strong. You gotta have to just really manage those emotions, but you don't want to take away that fire.
So the foul on Cal's Andre Kelly. Actually, it's on Bradley, not Kelly. The first on Bradley will put Christopher at the line. 8 for 10 from the line so far this year. 6th McDonald's All-American in Arizona State history. James Harden, Eric Boateng, although Boateng transferred in. Jamal Faulkner, Chris Sandel, and Byron Scott. So an elite group that Josh Christopher is a part of.
Good company.
Double figures in each of his first 3 games in an Arizona State uniform. And he ties the game at 23. 7 for Christopher to lead the Sun Devils. Matt Bradley has 8 to lead all scorers for Cal.
Both teams trying to get some separation, but it hasn't happened. I think defensively you see both teams playing at a high level.
Open 3. Rattles out from Ryan Bentley. And here come the Sun Devils. The floater. And one, Josh Christopher.
How about the body control, Roxy, of Josh Christopher? He doesn't charge. He did the last time. He makes the adjustment. and he pulls up short. I really like that. He beats his defender, but he does not get all the way to the rim. He goes over the taller Grant Tisevich and makes the play. So that's making an adjustment from one play to the next. That's a great adjustment by a freshman.
First on Grant and Tisevich. So Christopher back to the line, 1 for 2. Trying to reach double figures. He has 9 points. Three-point Arizona State lead. How much of Patrick Christopher do you see in Josh?
Well, I see a lot. I think that Patrick was really probably the better shooter, but Josh has the ability to put the ball on the deck a little more. You know, Patrick had some point guards around him that helped him score. And in the case of Josh, he's really got the ability to put the ball on the floor, on the deck, and get his own. So that's a major difference there.
Shot clock winding down. Andre Kelly. And Bradley fumbles it. Shot clock violation. Cal turns it over for the 8th time. 3:55 left in the half. Arizona State by 3.
Great defense, Roxy. We've got a good game on our hands. Arizona State clinging to a 3-point lead when we come back. Watch out for the Bears, though. They've got some firepower of their own, but they've got to do something with Josh Christopher, the freshman, on fire so far.
There's a young Josh and Caleb Christopher, his younger brothers who are on this Arizona State team, although Caleb not in the building tonight. And Josh Christopher balling out on the floor his older brother used to ball out on.
Well, first of all, that's one good-looking family, Roxy, and that's one good-looking freshman. Really amazing to see the young fellow and the baby of their family perform with such, with such experience and really. That doesn't often happen, but he's mature beyond his years, and it's great to see his evolution as a basketball player and as a competitor.
Leads all scorers with 10. Arizona State working on a 3-point lead here. But down a couple of players. Marcus Bagley in the lane.
Well, that's the penalty you pay. I think the strategy's good, Roxy. You got the ball out of Remy Martin's hands, but he's a willing passer this year, and he's now made his teammates better. That's something that didn't always happen with Remy Martin.
Matt Bradley hits a 3, and he has 11.
Well, young Josh is going to have to get up and a little bit more in Matt Bradley's face, because he's not taking a backseat to anybody. He has tremendous range on the floor, NBA range.
Marcus Bagley rattles out. Rebound falls to Grant Anticevich for Cal. 3 minutes to go, first half. 2-point lead for number 25, Arizona State. Ashley Adamson coming up at the half with your halftime report from the Pac-12 Network studios. Here's Bradley. Mikhail Foreman hits a three, and Cal seesaws in front.
Well, that's good defense by Christopher on Bradley, but you can't forget about Mikhail Foreman. He just stepped up and nailed that shot.
Second three for Foreman. Cal's made 5 threes in the first half. And Remy Martin weaving his way will get to the line. Two shots for Remy.
You know, Cal's got some size, Roxy, and I know that was a concern of Bobby Hurley coming in. They've got some size almost at every position, so that's an advantage if Cal can use that. They're big across the front line. They're thick. They've got some wide bodies, so that's important when you're playing a team like Arizona State. You can't be soft, and you have to be tough because you got to make sure you step up. And Cal's got some bodies they can put on Arizona State. It's the quickness that you're challenged with. You know, can Cal stay in front of the quicker players that Arizona State has?
Remy Martin puts ASU back on top. And Remy now 3 for 3 from the line. 10 for Christopher, 7 for Remy, who also has 4 assists. Matt Bradley 11 to lead Cal. Here he is. Step back. And the rebound skying is Marcus Bagley. And Remy will get back to the line. Mark Fox doesn't agree.
No, he liked Joe Brown stepping in. You know, Joe Brown's got some awfully quick hands. They thought that was a pretty good pick. And there's Joe Brown with, it's that slap down sometimes officials don't like, but looked like there was a lot of ball, but those plays happen so fast. Remy Martin is quick to the basket. You're going to have to get a body in front of him. I don't think you're going to get away with a lot of slap downs for a long period of time.
Rolls in. Remy now 4 for 4 at the line.
You know, if you're Cal Rocks, you've got to be pleased defensively. You're keeping yourself in this game. They've got to do that on the defensive end, but they also have a weapon in Matt Bradley. He's making it tough for Arizona State. You know, he's a focal point.
And look, even in the struggles that Cal had a year ago, they were very difficult to play here at home. Mikhail Foreman, and a three. Cal goes up 1. Third three for the grad transfer, Mark Fox. Going into hysterics to get a timeout.
Well, that's the Ben Howland timeout, Roxy. We've all come to know that used to be a staple. I kind of like that. You set your defense. You know, do you stop your momentum? I'm not sure, but after you get that basket, you get the lead back. Now you get a chance to defend. So I don't think that's a bad timeout. That's actually a pretty good timeout. Here's the basket. Here's a penetrating dish by Brown, and there's Mikhail Foreman, spotting up from deep. He's got unlimited range, but it's Joe Brown that's able to get his teammates shots. He's a tough cover when he's trying to drive to the basket. They're going to have to close out and get back to their shooters. You can't overcommit. You can't commit both feet on the Joe Brown penetration. You got to commit one and then get back to your defender. Get back to your offensive opponent.
Last year, Foreman shot his threes at 36% for Stony Brook, scoring 15.5 points per game, and again was 8th in the country, 104 threes made. And a single season Stony Brook record for threes in a campaign. As Mikhail Foreman played his first 2 years at Chattanooga, transferred to Stony Brook, and now is a grad transfer here to Cal.
Great pickup for Cal, no question.
Allen Woods has it deflected. Matt Bradley pushes. Bradley down the lane, and a foul.
I think they're going to get Christopher, Roxy.
It's the second on Josh Christopher.
Here it is. There's just a deflection. Good help by Kwani. He closes the gap. That's a long, tall defender, and really great opportunity for Cal now. again, to pull away and see if they can get a lead going into halftime over the nationally ranked Sun Devils.
2 for Matt Bradley. 2 for 3 at the line already. And one more coming is Jalen House, who was still wearing his mask, just had to throw it to the side as he was coming onto the court. He did that for his first offensive possession tonight, too.
He put the ball in the basket. I know that on his first possession. As you mentioned, like houses know what to do in this house.
You didn't think I'd let that slide with you sitting
No, I knew it. I'm sure our producer.
In case you're wondering what we're alluding to, his dad, Eddie, tied a Pac-10, now Pac-12 record is Remy Martin driving to the hoop.
And you know, our producer, Michael Molinari, will definitely have some highlights for me. It's just a welcome home for me. I know it's coming.
Knocked away by Remy. Chris Austin ahead. By himself, and the lay-in, Remy Martin puts Arizona State on top.
And Roxy, that's how quick they can get off in transition. They can get out, they can score. You make one mistake or take one errant shot, and all of a sudden,
offensive foul.
There's the offensive push-off. That's just like that. They can come back, and there's a lot of emotion. Here's the steal, Roxy. There's hands. Remy Martin gets his hands in, takes his pocket, goes down, scores it. So you've got to really be careful if you're playing against the Arizona State Sun Devils.
Second on Mikhail Foreman. Jalen House, by the way, last year averaged a steal every 23 possessions by their opponent last year. He averaged better than a steal per game coming off the bench. So he can really get after you defensively. Mikhail Foreman leads. Andre Kelly, nice body control, but it falls off. Matt Bradley has it sent back. And Arizona State can play for the final shot.
And they will, Roxy. That's a good break for Arizona State. Cal had a golden opportunity to take the lead into halftime. But what a block shot. Last possession for Arizona State.
Here's Remy. Inside to Bagley. Shovels it to Chris Austin. Trying to reverse. Andre Kelly rips it down. And we go to halftime. 35-34. Number 25, Arizona State leading Cal. Remy Martin, 12 points to lead Arizona State. Matt Bradley with 13 to lead all scorers in the game for California. Fun first half, back and forth. Conference play is here. And a tight one in Berkeley. Pac-12 basketball presented by Nextiva. Coming up, Ashley Adamson in the studio. narrow one-point lead on the Cal Bears in the Pac-12 opener. For both sides coming into this one at Haas Pavilion tonight, with the coach, Ben Braun, Roxy Bernstein with you. Both teams coming in at 2-1. And it took a little while for them to get going, but once they got going, it was a fun first half.
It was a great first half. Turnovers plaguing both teams, but then both teams settled down, Roxy, and obviously got into a scoring groove. Matt Bradley for Cal, Mikhail Foreman, big-time scoring going on. But it was Remy Martin and Josh Christopher, the freshman, that carried the load for Arizona State.
Well, we expected Remy Martin and Matt Bradley to come through tonight, two of the premier scorers in this conference, and they did not disappoint in the first half of this one. It was back and forth between the two of them.
Well, you can see what Matt Bradley brings to the table, Roxy. He's so explosive, can get to the rim. You got to put more than one body on him. You got to put two, and you're going to need a stronger player because he's just too strong. Stays with his own miss, goes back up, puts it back, but look at the one-on-one isolation. If you give him 1 inch, he's going to step back. He's got the range, and he'll knock down shots.
And then Josh Christopher for Arizona State, the freshman at 10 in the first half.
Well, his body control, his ability to get past defenders, step you off. He's going to really have a field day against bigger, taller people because he'll use his quickness. But he's got the range, too. I thought he did a nice job of adjusting, avoiding charges, and knocking those shots down late in the half.
So there are the numbers. Christopher with 10, Remy Martin with 12 to lead Arizona State, Matt Bradley 13 to lead all scorers in the game. For Cal, should be a good second half. The team's getting into a flow. 1-point game, second half straight ahead.
You're watching Pac-12 Arizona, home of the Arizona State Sun Devils and the University of Arizona Wildcats. Available on Cox.
not available, along with several members of the coaching and support staff for Bobby Hurley in Arizona State. And they haven't texted my phone yet, so I must not be screwing it up. Because we know they're watching. And there's a ball out of bounds that belongs to Cal and 17 to shoot.
Roxy, we haven't talked about it, but there's going to be a lot of disruptions early in the season, whether it's by players or coaching staffs. You know, hats off to these staffs and these teams and programs that are just riding with the punches. You know, we haven't talked about that yet, but not being able to practice, not being able to have meetings, team meals. I mean, they've been through it all, but, you know, give these kids credit. They're out here, they're working, and they're playing.
Well, we talked to Mark Fox, Ben, for a while yesterday, and just some of the obstacles that they've had to deal with as Matt Bradley is called for an offensive foul, and a charge on Bradley, his second, and a turnover for the Golden Bears, his 11th. But Mark Fox, look, he wasn't complaining or making excuses. He was just telling us the obstacles that they've had to deal with. They haven't been in their locker room in months.
No, they were on the floor here in Haas for the first time on October 17th. They've been here about a month, so, you know, a little longer. So it's really tough, but making excuses not going to get it. You just got to keep playing.
Remy Martin, the pull-up. 14 for Remy. And Arizona State has matched their largest lead.
That's just a senior play, just taking the ball and the game in your hands and saying, I'm going to do something about it.
Grant Anticevich missing the three, and Jalen Graham, who was saddled with foul difficulty in the first half, with the rebound. Remy attacks, falling away, will get to the line. Mikhail Foreman, his third.
Well, I like Remy Martin's ability to score off the bounce. You know, he's got so much quickness, and he's able now just to kind of get a rhythm dribble and score. And now he gives you the same rhythm dribble. You go for it, and he then attacks and gets a two-shot foul. So really, he's using his abilities as a ball handler and his change of direction. He's awfully quick, but he knows how to go from slow to fast and fast to slow. It's just a great attribute to have as a basketball player.
Joel Brown in for Foreman, who leaves with the 3 fouls. Remy's now 5 for 6 from the line.
Well, that's a big stat, you know, to get the 3 fouls early by Foreman. He was carrying this team from the perimeter along with Matt Bradley. So let's keep our eyes on that, Roxy. That could make a big difference.
Remy Martin, who has been dominant in this building throughout his Arizona State career, as the Sun Devils have won their last 3 trips to Haas Pavilion. Andre Kelly with the power move inside. And the second bucket for the junior big man for Cal. But Remy Martin in his career in Berkeley averaging just under 20 points per game. 10 of 12 on his threes in his first 3 games as an Arizona State Sun Devil here at Haas Pavilion. And here is what we're talking about with Remy. Look, with these numbers, maybe Remy should have gone to Cal.
Yeah, well, those are pretty good. He enjoys playing in this building, and he has had some huge games.
Attacking Joel Brown has it deflected out by Graham. And it stays with Cal, Arizona State by 3.
Roxy, look for Bagley, Marcus Bagley, to step up this half. He really struggled in the first half. He's a great shooter, but just hasn't been in a rhythm. They need him. Arizona State needs him to step up.
Shot clock at 10. Bradley on the baseline. Gets his own miss. And the putback from Matt Bradley.
Well, you better know Matt Bradley by now. He's not going to just hang his head if he misses a shot, Roxy. He's going to go, and he's done that 3 times tonight. He's gone right back up, gotten his own rebound, and scored it. So you got to put a body on him, and that's easier said than done. He is strong.
Open is Tayshaun Cherry. Cherry buries a 3, and that was a really nice play in the post by Jalen Graham.
I thought it was a great play, and, you know, Cherry's got the ability, Tayshaun Cherry, to knock down. He can stretch the floor. He's a very, very confident shooter from the 3-point line.
But the heady play by Graham set up Cherry for the open 3. Cherry's first points. Up and under from Ryan Bentley, and he gets the shooter's roll.
That's a huge play. You've got to honor his 3-point range, but to be able to go and knock down the mid-range, huge shot for Ryan Bentley. Good veteran player.
He's battled injuries throughout his career at Penn. And a grad transfer on the floor for Mark Fox and Cal. The Bears attack down 2. Joel Brown hits the deck hard and will get to the line. We saw that with Monty Bowser, the freshman, against Nicholls State, and he's not available tonight because of the hard fall he took against Nicholls State. But Joel Brown bounces right back up.
Well, I like Joel Brown's ability. I said this earlier in the first half, to get to the rim. He's a real weapon for Cal. He's so quick, and he's able to get his teammates involved. But if he can get to the rim and get to the foul line, he'll put a lot of pressure on teams all year long.
Third foul on Graham. And Joel Brown now just 4 for 8 from the line this year.
That's his Achilles, Roxy. And talk to Mark Fox about it. He's improving in every other area, but free throws has just been a real thorn in his side in his career. Under 50%, 40% for his career.
Sophomore from Brampton, Ontario, Canada. And he missed both. Austin for his first points, and there's Remy Martin, the playmaker.
How about that look, Roxy? I was just going to say he really pinpointed just a great pass inside. Great look, getting his teammates involved.
Josh Christopher the steal. And the bump, Joel Brown called for his second. But the pass by Remy Martin.
Watch the eye contact. You know, good players have their head up. He looks off one defender and just pinpoints a pass at the rim. Great job.
Remy now 9th in Arizona State history in assists. He's closing in on 400 for his Sun Devil career, and coming into tonight, 15th on the Sun Devils all-time scoring list.
Well, the knock on Remy really has not been that he can't pass. It's that sometimes shot selection was a question, and turnovers. I think he's cut that down, and his shot selection's improved.
Josh Christopher hangs. First points of the second half.
And Bobby Hurley wanted the N1. He'll get that as a senior, Rox. He's not going to get that as a freshman. Bobby should know that.
Largest lead for the Sun Devils tonight. Ryan Bentley traveling. Arizona State by 6.
And what do they have to do to get that lead? Go to Patrick Christopher's brother, Josh Christopher. Lean in. Use the glass. Kiss it. Early in his staff.
4 4 threes for Arizona State tonight. The Sun Devils shooting 57% for the floor. They've opened up a 6-point lead on Cal. It was a 1-point game in favor of ASU at the half. As the Sun Devils trying to win for the 4th consecutive time in this building. In fact, they've beaten Cal the last 5 matchups overall. Josh Christopher. Too strong on the 3. Long rebound. Remy Martin runs it down. And Remy lost it out of bounds. Arizona State, the turnover. The 9th committed by ASU.
Well, I think Remy thought his teammate was going to the rim, and he was spotting instead. Big guys got to go into the basket when your point guard penetrates. Get to the rim.
Here's Bradley. Grant Anticevich spots up. Missed everything on the 3.
Good challenge by Cherry.
And Anticevich had a good look. Remy Martin had it knocked away, stolen by Matt Bradley. Bradley drives in. Got his own miss and one, Matt Bradley.
Roxy, how many times tonight have we seen Matt Bradley miss his shot only to go and clean up his miss? You got to love it. Here's the turnover. Matt Bradley on the break. Euro step, misses, and just cleans it up. You've got to put a body on him. He's so big, he's so strong, and he's so quick. He's got a really just a high potential to score. He's one of the best scorers, not only in this league, but in the nation.
3rd on Tayshaun Cherry. So Bradley was 17. For the and 1 free throw, he is 4 for 5 from the line tonight. And with the old school 3-point play, it cuts the Sun Devil lead in half.
Well, Cal's not going anywhere, Roxy. I think Arizona State's expecting to create some separation, but Cal's playing good defense. They've got a major league scorer in Matt Bradley. They're always going to be tough to guard. And they got Ryan Bentley spotting up Mikhail Foreman, knocking down his shots. You're going to have to beat Cal. They're not going to give you anything.
So Remy Martin getting a breather for Arizona State. Matt Bradley right now on the Cal bench is Joel Brown, the strip and steal. Here's Grant Anticevich, knocked away, and a foul against the Sun Devils.
Well, fouls starting to pile up. Cal's executing in their half court, and they'd love to be in the bonus down the stretch of this game. That's for certain.
Foul is on Marcus Bagley, his first. Mikhail Foreman, tough step back. Well challenged by Jalen House. Josh Christopher glides in.
No answer for that, Rox. You get to the rim, you got to get it in front of him, you got to get a body on him, but easier said than done. He is slippery to the basket. Great body control.
Puts ASU up 5. Backing down. Anticevich shovels it underneath, and the slam. Lars Tiemann +1.
Roxy, here's the inside presence of Cal. I said this earlier in the first half. There's some size differential here. You got really Grant Anticevich going in. You come over for the double team to help Christopher, and Lars Tiemann, 7 foot, 250, 260. You better not forget about him. They've got some tremendous size up front, and now they're going to put Matt Bradley on the front line. So they've got some strength, and Arizona State's going to have to play big. They're going to have to play strong.
Remy Martin back in as Tiemann rattles the free throw home. He's now 4 for 5 from the line this season, and he pulls Cal to within 2.
Well, this was Bobby Hurley's fear. He talked about it yesterday. He said, look, they've got some size. They've got some strength. We've got to match up, and we've got to make sure we use our quickness to our advantage.
Jalen House, the pull-up, and Anticevich the rebound for Cal. The fadeaway. And Kamani Lawrence rips the rebound down for the Sun Devils. Off balance, and Lawrence draws the foul. And the foul is on Anticevic, his third.
That's a good decision by Kamani Lawrence, Roxy, because Arizona State struggling a little bit in the half court. They need to get to the rim. They're settling a little bit out, some outside shots, a couple of turnovers, but Kamani Lawrence puts his head down and gets the rim. He's got some quickness.
Off the bench, Lawrence, 13 points against Houston Baptist in his season debut after missing the first two games. 38 career starts. Now 1 for 3 from the line tonight for the senior from Providence, Rhode Island. And he came in as a very highly touted prospect. He was, according to ESPN, ranked the 57th best prospect when he entered Arizona State. Rolled the second one in. Has had some injuries he's dealt with at Arizona State. Has had some big moments, though, for Bobby Hurley as well. Kwani beats the pressure and just does beat the 10-second count. To shoot. Here's Bradley. Launches. Well defended by Remy Martin. Loose ball picked up Holland Woods for ASU.
Great possession for Arizona State. That full court press diminished the shot clock.
Jalen Graham to the basket. The hammer from Jalen Graham.
Roxy was any doubt about that shot. That's a momentum changer right there.
Sun Devils have matched their largest lead. Inside 12 minutes now. Deep three from Mikhail Foreman. And going for the rebound, Michael Greenstein says we'll stay at this end, and a foul on Arizona State.
Well, why not, Roxy? If you're the Arizona State Sun Devils, let's send it home with the big slam.
We can't always keep our distance, but we can still help protect each other this flu season by getting vaccinated. If you're 65 or older, get the superior flu protection of Fluzone High Dose Quadrivalent. It's the only 65-plus flu vaccine with 4 times the standard dose. And it's free with Medicare Part B.
Fluzone High Dose Quadrivalent isn't for people who've had a severe allergic reaction to any flu vaccine or vaccine component, including eggs or egg products. Tell your healthcare professional if you've ever experienced severe muscle weakness after receiving a flu shot. People with weakened immune systems, including those receiving therapies that suppress the immune system, may experience lower immune responses. Vaccination may not protect everyone. Side effects include pain, redness and or swelling where you got the shot, muscle ache, headache, and general discomfort. Other side effects may occur.
If you're 65 plus, don't settle for a standard dose flu shot. Move up to superior flu protection. See your healthcare provider and ask for Fluzone High Dose Quadrivalent.
For a second, as this is January 8th of 2000, Eddie House tied a conference record that was set by then Lou Alcindor, of course became Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 61 points he dropped in this building against the Cal Bears, a team that featured 2 guys that would go on to become college head coaches that played for you. Shante Leggins is now at Eastern Washington. Dennis Gates, who's the head coach at Cleveland State.
Well, Roxy,
61 points.
We failed to mention he only had 40 in regulation. Let's get that clear. And I was in charge of the offense. We scored 108. I don't know which coaches were coaching defense. It might have been Dennis.
I'm not throwing any of those coaches on the bus.
Yeah, what a performance! You'll never forget that. I'll never forget that as a coach and just a fan of basketball.
Shot clock winding down. Mikhail Foreman missing from the corner. Kamani Lawrence the rebound. And Eddie always took it personally when he played Cal. It wasn't your fault.
No, I told his dad, I said, why are you blaming this, taking this out on me? I said, I wasn't here to recruit your son. I'd have recruited him.
That was Todd Bozeman's fault. It wasn't your fault.
I said, I got in there late. We had a pretty good laugh after the game, if you could laugh about it. But what a historic night.
Colin Woods finds Lawrence. 5 on the shot clock. Nice move on the baseline. And Kamani Lawrence gives the Sun Devils their largest lead, 8 points, inside 11 minutes to go.
Well, that's what seniors do, Roxy. They find a way with their experience. He's made 2 really big baskets for their team to extend this lead.
6 straight for Arizona State. Cal's in a drought of over 2.5 minutes now. They've missed their last 4 shots. And a whistle off the ball. And a foul. It's on House, his second.
Look at Kamani Lawrence again, Roxy. He's able to free up, and he's got, he knows what to do with the ball. He's got a really good first step, and you've got to defend him. But I like what Arizona State's doing really on the defensive end, Roxy. They're extending their pressure, and they're giving Cal a short shot clock. I think that's really smart. Cal has less time to get the ball in Matt Bradley's hands with a short clock.
I think they've been much better, Ben, defensively here in the second half, Arizona State.
No question.
Joel Brown hesitated. Ryan Bentley gets Remy to fly by and drains the 3.
But you got to stay on the floor against Bentley. He will take advantage of you if you even blink. He'll give you a head fake and he'll score it. He's just got really tremendous release, quick release, great range.
He's made 2 or more threes for Cal in each of their first 4 games. Here's Graham. Remy Martin from deep. And Grant Anticevich the rebound and a reach in on Christopher. 3rd on Josh Christopher. Just past the midway point of the second half, and Cal goes into the bonus.
We talked about that. That's a real advantage for Cal. They've got some guys that can knock down free throws. Hit the rate of 80%, 90% if you're Bentley. So getting to the foul line, a big factor for the Cal Bears down the stretch of this game.
Anticevich 0 for 1 tonight, 2 for 3 on the season. Cal's a team only 65% so far this year. And he misses.
Now, they're a good free throw shooting team, but they're not making their percentage. Again, early in the season, things will probably pick up, but you can see either the nerves or the fatigue, Roxy. I think a lot of free throw shooting comes down to fatigue. You can't simulate game situations.
When you miss the front end of 1-and-1, those are killers.
And you look tired.
Josh Christopher. And it's knocked away and stolen by Ryan Bentley. Matt Bradley in transition. Strong to the basket, and there he just out-muscled Remy Martin to the hoop.
No answer from Remy Martin, and that's what Cal wants to do. They want to get the ball in Matt Bradley's hand, whether it be in the half court or transition. But Matt Bradley,
20 for Bradley.
Big time for the Golden Bears. The shimmy, the shake, the spin, the delivery. Cal Bears within 3.
Pac-12 men's basketball is presented by Nextiva, the official communications partner of the Pac-12. Visit nextiva.com to learn more. 54-51, Arizona State. Yes, it's early December, and yes, we have conference play. Part of the 20-game conference schedule, and Bobby Hurley's team, one of the favorites. As you look at the preseason poll, and Oregon was picked to win it, but Arizona State right there, same with UCLA. But the 20-game schedule is why we have early conference play. And I like the fact the Pac-12, Ben, went to a 20-game conference.
I thought the Pac-12 did two things well. Commissioner Larry Scott and his staff decided to go to a 20-game schedule early and decisively, and they've done a really good job with the testing. They've made it as safe as possible, daily testing, multiple tests that other conferences like the Big Ten have picked up. So, it's tough times, challenging times, but you got to try to make the best decisions for your league.
Jalen Graham from the foul line. And Ryan Bentley claims it for Cal. Bentley. And the rebound, Holland Woods. Here comes ASU.
Quite had his feet set on that one, Roxy. Didn't look like the same Ryan Bentley that scored the last couple of baskets.
Deflected out. Arizona State ball.
Like what Cal's doing, Roxy. They're going to a little bit of a zone look. They're going with the full court, kind of what Arizona State did to them, and they're going back into a zone look. It's a good move, I think, just to combat the quickness.
Jalen Graham backing down. And the rebound. Cal controls.
That's two possessions, and the zone's paid off. And I like the look, Roxy. I like the change of defense. Not going to see a Mark Fox team play a lot of zone, but this was a good call.
Bentley, 5 to shoot. Drives. Left it short, the follow, and a one-point game. Great Anticevich for Cal.
Again, Roxy, size matters. You got Kelly, you got Anticevich on the offensive glass. You got Matt Bradley. They can really pound you there.
Cal with 9 offensive rebounds. Arizona State just 2. And the rebounding edge, a +6 for Cal tonight. And now a chance for the lead with 7.5 to go. Remy to steal. Remy Martin by himself.
Well, that was a big play. It's something a play he had to make because thought he was a little quick on the trigger last time down, but he makes up for it in a hurry. He can make one mistake and turn around and get you one on the other end.
Big-time players make big-time plays.
Absolutely.
Step back. Matt Bradley missing the 3. The rebound tipped out, run down by Brown, and then he lost it out of bounds.
Well, he's mad at himself, Roxy. He had corralled the offensive rebound. That would have been huge.
7:02 to go. Arizona State up 3. Ben, in your eyes, what makes Bradley special?
Well, he's multi-dimensional, Roxy. He doesn't just score in one way. He's not just a shooter. He's a scorer. He can get to the rim. He can post you up. He can score in transition. He now can create his own shot, and he's a very well-conditioned athlete. I don't think he gets enough credit for his body and how strong he is, but he's now making other players better. He's become a better passer, and I like that he's continuing to be aggressive. That's important for Cal and for Matt Bradley. He's got to continue to be aggressive, even though he's the focal point of every team's scouting report. You can't just sit back and not step up and still be aggressive, and he's done that.
Arizona State with a 3-point lead is Josh Christopher with 14 points, and they were putting ice on his left eye as he got popped pretty good, and you could see a little swelling there around the eye.
No, he's got a welt there, Roxy, so now it's up to, we're going to see if Arizona State can get to the rim or find some outside shots. That's not supposed to happen in the zone look, Roxy. That's just a breakdown defensively.
Kamani Lawrence, now the steal. Remy Martin spinning.
Well, Bobby Hurley wanted the N1, and I think he had a good point. There was some contact on that play.
And the press creating havoc. The lob for Andre Kelly.
Well, Cal's not going anywhere. Just when you think there's going to be some separation, they keep coming back, Roxy. They're going to stay in the zone. They'll hit and recover at the wings, but they're giving up some high post areas.
Kamani Lawrence missing everything. Approaching 6 minutes to go. Sun Devils by 5. Cal will stay in conference play on Sunday right here on Pac-12 Network. They'll head down to Pauley to take on UCLA. Big win for the Bruins earlier tonight is Matt Bradley with the air ball. And it belongs to Arizona State with 5:49 to go. But Remy Martin creating havoc defensively. A couple of steals here, leading to easy buckets.
That sure was. And there was a deflection really before the steal. Quick hands by the Arizona State Sun Devils. Here's the full court press.
That's what they can do. They led the Pac-12 with over 8 steals per game last year. As a 3 in and out. They also led the conference, forcing the most turnovers. As the deflection picked up by Anticevich, and Andre Kelly is clobbered inside. But defensively, Arizona State leading the conference in steals. They led the Pac-12 in turnover margin last year. And also, they forced 16.5 turnovers a game. That's what they do.
That's a great stat, but at the same time, if you can take care of the basketball, that's what Mark Fox and his staff are pleading with their team, his teams, to get the ball inside. Don't turn it over. Get your half-court offense and try to get to the foul line. They have some size. They have some strength up front.
Kelly only 4 for 12 from the line this year. Gets the first. 4th foul on Josh Christopher with 5:25 to play.
That's huge, Roxy. I think with Andre Kelly, it's about conditioning. Again, not having, being out for weeks at a time or days at a time, not practicing, getting up and down. It's going to be a matter of conditioning. That's what a lot of missed free throws are early.
Well, he hits both. And Cal trying to hang in there, down 3. After Arizona State has led by as many as 8 here in the second half.
Cal's going back to the man-to-man. They're switching back to their bread-and-butter defense.
Holland Woods with a mismatch. Crossover. And Holland Woods a 3.
And that's what Arizona State wanted. That was a smart play by the veteran. He waved off his teammates and said, look, I got the big fella. Let me create a shot. And he did.
Andre Kelly moves in and draws the foul.
Here it is again. So you can see Holland just gets Kelly on some roller skates and scores it. But that's what he does. He's a prolific scorer. He's had a great career of scoring, but he knows how to take a big guy out on the floor and make it into a mix match.
What's it like for Holland Woods, Ben? He's used to being the man. At Portland State, he averaged 17 points, 5 assists a game last year. One of their best scorers in school history. Now he comes to Arizona State, and he has to accept a different role.
Well, and he played for a great coach, and Coach Perry, obviously somebody I've known. And but now you're right, he's got to step up. But good players make adjustments, Roxy. I don't care who you are. If you want to win, you're going to make the adjustments. Winners win, and you find a way.
1 for 2, Kelly, as Graham called for his third foul. And it's Arizona State by 5.
Cal back in the man.
No delusions, though, when Holland Woods joined this program. This is Remy Martin's team.
No, there's no question. But he's obviously done some good things, and he'll acquiesce if he has to. If you want to win, you're going to have to step up and let your veterans and your star players make plays.
Here's Bradley. And Tisevich. And an offensive foul on Matt Bradley. As Chris Austin draws the charge, Bradley whistled for number 3. And now they're exchanging some words.
No, I think Matt Bradley said good charge. I think Matt just said, hey, he might have thought he flopped a little bit. I don't know, but there it is. And, that's a good call. You got to be strong to take a charge off of Matt Bradley. But, the game's going to get a little chippy. That's part of this game. I like the fact that, that these teams, they care. It matters, Roxy. You show me a good player if he doesn't have emotion and some spunk, or a good coach, Bobby Hurley, obviously voicing his displeasure. But this is okay. You better have some blood in your veins at this point.
Although he took the mask off. I don't know if there is a coach in the Pac-12 that is happier about wearing masks this season than Bobby Hurley.
I mean, the officials are happy. The officials on the floor, I think, real happy about that.
Bagley throws it away. Joel Brown pushes. Bradley from the corner. In and out on the 3. Joel Brown, the offensive rebound. Cal will reset. And Tisevich, the pull-up.
That's a veteran play, Roxy. That's just taking what the defense gives you. No panic. You step up and you hit that mid-range shot. Great play by Glenn Tisevich.
63-60 Sun Devils, 3:15 remaining. Here's Martin. line.
Double bonus now. ASU with 10 fouls. The Bears have committed 7.
6 points for Grant. Knocks down his first free throw of the night. Had missed his previous 2. And now Foreman going to come to the table. And he'll replace Andre Kelly.
So they go small here with Grant at 6'8", and then Bentley at 6'5", Bradley at 6'4", Brown and McHale Foreman about 6'1", 6'2".
And Tizovic gets a pair. 4-point game. Woods over to Martin. 2:06, 2:05, clock moving. Sun Devils with the ball and a 4-point lead. Martin on the left side, directing traffic. Got Brown on him. Bentley comes up. And Martin going to hit the gas drive all the way in and flip it in. Boy, nice fake. Cleared people out. And the finger roll makes it 68-62. Back the other way. Bentley steps up into a 3, halfway down and out. Battle for a loose ball. And
got an injured Arizona State player.
I think it's going to be Bears ball, but player down in the center of the floor. Is that Bagley? I'm looking at the shoes.
You can tell him by his shoes?
Well, he's got the fluorescent shoes.
Oh, okay.
It's got to be the shoes.
So the Bears will have the basketball down 6, 1:42 to play. So plenty of time here. That was a great opportunity. Another really good look from the wing on a three-pointer. Rattled in and out, but fortunately the ball went out of bounds off of ASU. Bears 7 of 25 beyond the arc. Arizona State, not much better.
No.
6 of 20.
Yeah, that's 28% for the Bears, 30 for Arizona State.
Yeah.
Bagley's still down right at midcourt.
Boy, he's such an important component for this team, his ability to score.
And now being helped up.
You're right, he does have the fluorescent shoes.
See? I think, and now he's
Looks
being
like
helped off.
Left leg.
Yeah, left leg, left ankle area somewhere in there. It helped off. Arms around a couple of trainers. Didn't get a chance to see, no replay shown inside the arena. Don't have a television feed, so I don't know what happened to the talented young Marcus Bagley, but he is being helped off and walking ever so gingerly, unable to really put any weight on that left leg.
So they'll bring Cherry back into the lineup, give them some size. Well, hopefully we're back at it on Sunday, late afternoon, early evening from Pauley Pavilion.
Would be nice, sir. We'd like to keep the season rolling.
Don't know what's going to happen down in LA vis-a-vis their shutdowns. And that's an important trip on the road for the Bears, with Sunday and then Wednesday at Pepperdine before coming back home.
Yeah, for another Sunday game against USF at noon.
Yeah, I'm not a big proponent of college basketball on Sundays, but the college athletics is pretty much driven by television. They're beholden to television because they need the revenue, and they need airtime. So that's just the way it works.
Bagley helped off. 1:42 on the clock. Arizona State leading the Bears by 6, 68-62. The Bears ball inbounding underneath their own basket. Brown, Foreman, Tizovic, Bradley, and Bentley on the floor for the Bears. Officials still having a conversation. David Hall's got the ball on his hip. Mark Fox asking what's going on with his hands up.
Where they reset the shot clock to 20. Anytime there's a offensive rebound or ball goes out of bounds, under 20 seconds, in this case, it goes back to 20 seconds.
Brown to inbound, gets to Foreman on the baseline, trying to step through, covered up by a pair of Sun Devils.
finds Bradley. Matt, little shake, driving in.
Offensive foul again.
No.
Matt he had Brown in the left corner, but he knows Brown is not a good three-point shooter. And he had Bentley at the top of the key, but he decided to take it himself. And so for the third time tonight, Matt Bradley is called for an offensive foul at a very key stretch in the game.
Arizona State ball, 1:34 to go, leading 68-62.
Still don't have to foul here. You got to play solid defense.
They'll move it around the perimeter. Christopher's got it, guarded by Bradley. Now Woods, who hit the big three.
Oh, he didn't give the ball to Remy Martin.
No.
He said he wants to take it.
He's trying to turn the corner, and Tizovic cuts him off and pass it out. Cherry for three, too long. Woods got the rebound, back out to Martin with 1:07 to go.
Yeah, Mikhail Foreman, that wasn't his man, but the ball came in his direction, and he was very, very slow to react. I might foul Graham, or steal it. Yeah, they'll give it back to him.
Graham trying to get it over.
That's a double dribble.
And he turns, hoists it up after the double dribble, misses the shot, and Matt Bradley's got the ball, trying to go behind his back.
Trying to go too fast. You just need a good shot here.
And Brown travels.
See, they try to go too fast, and that's inexperience there. You just needed to get a good shot.
It's only 68-62. You've got 40-something seconds. Long way to go.
The turnovers have been, again, the bugaboo for the Bears. It's not a good ball handling team, and the decision-making hasn't been good in that regard as well tonight. So those are things that a young team has to learn. You have to learn how to finish games. You have to learn to play with composure down the stretch in games like this. And that has hurt the Bears tonight in that regard.
41.5 on the clock here at Haas. Arizona State leading by 6, 68-62.
It's actually 19 turnovers for the Bears. I mean, that's 19 lost possessions. You're going to have some turnovers.
Sure.
But, at the pace that the Bears play at, they're not an up and down, run and gun kind of a team. They're going to have control pace. Anything more than maybe 13 is tough to overcome.
Cherry inbound on the sideline. Gets to Woods. Bounce passes over to Martin. Gets around Antizovic into the front court. Over to Christopher in the corner.
Bears not fouling, and they have to now. They have to foul now. I mean, time's running off the clock. They're down by 6. There's 26 seconds to play.
Woods. Trying to find a little space. Can alley-oop to Christopher, out of bounds. Bears ball. 19.2 on the clock. Two-possession game.
And a little full court pressure by ASU to try to force the Bears to take as much time off the clock as possible. And now Mike Cyphers will call in his fellow officials. I think probably looking at the time on the clock to make sure they have that right.
Well, they've been right there with Arizona State tonight in the conference opener. But, every close game comes down to a couple plays, and a lot of times it's the savvy, talented veterans who end up making the right play. In this case, it's been a couple of big shots from Holland Woods, transfer from Portland State.
Yeah, their firepower is at a different level than the Bears. Matt Bradley with 20, but a non-efficient 20 tonight. 7 of 21 from the field, 1 of 9 from downtown, 5 turnovers and 4 fouls, 3 of which were offensive. So, Matt, got his 20, but other than, Bentley with 10 and Foreman had 9 at the half. He hasn't scored in the second half because Mark Fox has gone with his defensive lineup. That means Joel Brown on the court, but nobody else, has really stepped up to help Matt at that offensive end. Meanwhile, Arizona State, they just have a lot more firepower.
Bears get the ball into Foreman, dribble it up, get it to Bentley, turns, fires a deep ball off the front of the rim, no good. And Woods got the rebound, and Brown got him on the arm. That'll be 5 on Joel.
Well, I like to play there, and it was not an easy shot by Ryan. He had to catch and shoot pretty quick, but he's capable of making that one. But 7 for 26 from beyond the arc just isn't going to get it done against a top 25 team like Arizona State is. You got to be more efficient offensively And that's something that the Bears will work on. They'll get better as the season progresses.
Jalen House at the free throw line. 11.4 on the clock. Connects to make it 69-62 in a 3-possession game. And the second as well. So that should just about salt it away for the Sun Devils. Bradley going to come down, fire a pass over to Andre Kelly.
That's probably a fitting way for the Bears.
I was going to say that was about a Brett Favre bullet hit right off Kelly's hands. That was about a 15-foot pass at 78 miles an hour.
So that's 13 turnovers in the last 2 games for Matt Bradley. He's got to do a little bit better job of playing more under control. And he will.
Final horn, Arizona State wins at 70-62. We're back with the post-game show. This is Cal Basketball, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield, IMG College.